Hey guys, welcome back to Human Condition. I want to start off by saying thank you guys again for all the support on my recent videos. I really appreciate it. I think my last video that did really well was my philosophy video, and that's up to almost 200 views, which is crazy. I never thought I'd hit that high of many views, so I really appreciate you guys for checking that out and all the support on my recent videos recently. Thank you guys so much for that. Um, that was crazy. I didn't. My philosophy videos never usually do that well, but it almost hit 200 views recently. So thank you guys so much for checking out my videos and supporting. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys very much for that. And yeah, today's gonna be another astrology video. Today's video is what does it mean to be a Libra moon? And my last astrology video, I know I kind of jumped ahead because if you stay along with the series, I go based off the emotional maturity of each sign, which isn't like how mature a sign is. It just shows like how other oriented signs become as they go from 1 to 12. For example, the first video, it'd be Aries, then it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 12. And my last video I did was actually Aquarius. It was 6 and then went to 11. But I decided to do this because one of you guys suggested, and I was like, I want to listen to my subscribers and do what they suggest. So I was like, you know what, my next video, I'm gonna try to make sure I get this out for this viewer. So instead of doing 7, I went to 11 Aquarius. But now I'm jumping back a little bit to 7, which is Libra, and what it means to be a Libra moon. So basically, moon represents past home, family, and comfort. So typically, and when Libra represents friendship, one-on-one, and it's an interpersonal sign. So typically, what we see with this is someone who finds comfort from one-on-one friendships. Libra is also ruled by Venus, which in a previous video, I talked about how Taurus was ruled by Venus, which is the planet of love and money. So you think Taurus and Libra are pretty similar, and they are to an extent, but they're actually make an aspect called inconjunct. And the reason is Libra, like I said, is like one-on-one friendship. It's interpersonal. Whereas Taurus is like I talked about in that one video. It's about my squad. It's about the support group, right? That's what the sign Taurus represents. So the confliction here is Libra can sometimes be one-on-one, whereas Taurus is more support group and friend group. So it might like sometimes make Taurus uncomfortable because of the one-on-one rather than the support group. Like they feel like they're kind of getting kind of pushed, you know what I mean? Or like by Libra occasionally, but they still get along pretty well because they both have still, even though the differences, they both still have a lot of similarities. But the main thing is Taurus is friend group and Libra is one-on-one. So it can feel like a confliction because sometimes Libra feel like it's kind of like Taurus might get annoyed because it's not feeling like they're joining the friend group, but kind of like targeting them out in the friend group instead of addressing everyone, if that makes sense. Like they might address just the one person in the friend group rather than the entire group, and that might aggravate Taurus. So yeah, that's one aspect of it. Another thing is Libra is number 7, so they rank very high on the emotional maturity scale, which again is like not like if you're low on it doesn't mean you're emotionally immature. It just means you're more self-oriented. Like Aries is the sign of self-oriented, passion, discipline, independence, impulsive, kind of takes actions, is kind of rash sometimes, but might regret the decisions sometimes afterwards. And it's and keeps going up to, and if you watch each of like the previous videos, you see kind of goes up to being more other oriented. So Libra is 7 out of 12, so it's pretty high up there on other oriented, and it's the opposite of Aries, which represents self. So Libra represents other, one-on-one friendship, you, like the other person, individual, the you, instead of Aries, which is I. So Libra would be one thing I noticed. So moon Libra, it's comfort, past home family comfort combined with one-on-one friendships. So a lot of times for these people to be comfortable, they often have a lot of one-on-one friendships than necessarily a friend group. And even when they're like in a friend group, they have a hard time maybe potentially um, talking to everyone at the same time, but rather just have one-on-one conversations with each person in the friend group. Rather, unlike Taurus, which is just everyone talking together, Libra might rather have one-on-one relationships outside of the group, more so than Taurus. And within the group might have trouble talking to everyone at the same time, but rather have one-on-one conversations. Some personal observations with Libra moons. Me first, I really like Libra moons. They're pretty fire, pretty lit sign. A lot of people I know have Libra moons. They're pretty cool. They're very friendly. I like a lot of Libra moons. They're pretty cool. Really nice, really helpful. Very caring people. They're always willing to help. The good thing about them is they're always willing to help you, like not just a random person, but you. They really like care and appreciate and really want to get to know people on an individual level, and that's something that it can be really well said about Libra moon. Another thing about Libra moons is they tend, even though they have this, they can sometimes be they can latch on to certain people and sometimes forget the entire world exists, almost in a way. As in, they might sometimes be so oriented on one person that they kind of mess up relationships with other people. Not intentionally, but just because they get so close with either a friendship or a romantic relationship, they might forget about all their other relationships as well. And sometimes they might get a little obsessive and clingy sometimes, a little clingy, but it's only because they're so attached to that one person. So it can sometimes be clingy, but they're also really supportive and nice, so it balances out. But yeah, they're still really nice people and really awesome people to be around, Libra moons. Great friend to have, a great friend to have. Libra moons conflict, like the last videos I talked about conflictions. They conflict with Aries, Cancer moon, and Capricorn moon. This is because Libra is opposite of Aries. Aries is self, Libra is other. Aries is I, Libra is you. So Aries is like, I want to do this maybe, and Libra's like, what do you want to do? So as opposites, they might they're kind of different, but like all opposites they attract, because Aries doesn't mind Libra because Libra is so oriented on Aries. But the problem with this relationship is sometimes the relationship could be one-sided. For example, Libra might sometimes feel like they're not taken care of enough by Aries because Aries doesn't understand that Libra wants obviously to feel the same way Aries does in that relationship, and they might focus so much on the one person, Aries might not realize they're not giving enough back to Libra, and that's the confliction between Aries and Libra. But there's also still always that attraction because Aries is an individual and Libra really wants to get to know people on an individual level, so there's that kind of attraction there. Libra might feel not as close, like not supported enough by Aries, and Aries might not realize because Libra's not direct. That's the way to say it. Aries is really direct. Libra might be indirectly give hints to Aries, and Aries doesn't pick up on it. They're just kind of like oblivious to the hints. Libra squares with Cancer. This is because Cancer is past home and family, and Libra is friendship. So Libra values friendship a ton, and they might. We also talk about like relationships with family. The relationship with their mom might be really close, but more of like a friendship type of dynamic rather than like a mother-kid dynamic, like almost like a friendship dynamic. And unlike Aries, where I said it might be like a little bit like independent and kind of distant maybe, and like fiery relationship, Libra would be really friendly but not like kind of like the mother, more like the friendship type of bond, not the mother kid type of bond, if that makes sense. Which is cool, which is pretty cool actually, in a way. But this being said, they might value friendships a little bit. I wouldn't say more than family, but they're definitely more not homebodies as much, outgoing and seeking friendships more than they are family time sometimes, maybe. Whereas Cancer is all about the family, all about the home, all about how they feel. Libra kind of takes away how they feel, is more objective. Well, it's an air sign, which is objective, meaning they kind of suppress their feelings a little bit more so they can give the best quality and the best service, like in the best, they can help their friends out the best, if that makes sense. Libra can kind of suppress their emotions because it's an air sign and kind of mirror other people's emotions. Cancer has is personal sign and Libra's interpersonal. So put personal with emotion, and Cancer really can't not express how they feel. So Libra can sometimes see Cancer as being too emotional and to let their emotions guiding them. And that can kind of aggravate Libra maybe in a way, and Libra might want them to go out more often and be the party and stuff, and Cancer might want to stay at home and just take care of the family, or when they're out and about. Cancer's more of a nurturing vibe, whereas Libra's more like a helpful vibe, and that kind of conflicts. Libra's kind of like, you gotta try to be more objective and less feeling based, and then Cancer might be kind of aggravated by this because they're gonna be like, I just care about people too, but I want to express how I feel also. Libra and Capricorn. We haven't got to Capricorn yet, but Capricorn is about reputation, future, and success. Very hardworking, very disciplined sign. It's an earth sign. Number 10, so it ranks really high. This is because Capricorn's future, business, responsibility, discipline, all like those really big, fancy terms, and Libra's friendship. So the confliction here is sometimes Capricorn might worry that Libra will hurt. They're just so direct that Libra can sometimes hurt Capricorn's reputation and hurt their reputation and just kind of mess up their business type of model sometimes. And Libra will be kind of like, well, I'm just trying to be close, but Capricorn is more serious than the fun-loving Libra in a way, and that kind of clashes because Libra might not take things as seriously as Capricorn does. It might hurt their reputation, or not just that, like just business-wise in general, they might be less serious than Capricorn, and that can cause some confliction. Similar how Capricorn and Gemini, because it makes sense, like Gemini loves to share their opinion, and sometimes their opinion might hurt Capricorn's reputation. That's why Gemini and Capricorn also conflict. The reason why Capricorn can get along with Aquarius is because it's the only air sign that's more, doesn't talk as much, is more, lets the other person talk, so that keeps the reputation pretty well. Not that Capricorn only cares about the reputation, but they care a lot about it, whereas Libra might not care as much about the reputation, just the friendships. So those are all the conflictions with Libra. Some personal observations with Libra: they're really friendly. Kind of sometimes latch on to people, but that's not always a bad thing. And very helpful people. They are genuinely the most helpful and friendly people around. So even though pros, very friendly, helpful, cons, babies can sometimes be clingy or obsessive. Not like obsessive, but clingy sometimes. Their clinginess is awesome because they're so helpful. So it just kind of balances out. So yeah, that is Libra. What does it mean to be a Libra moon? My next video would probably be, well, actually, disclaimer, like in all my videos, if it's anything controversial or your feelings, sorry, I take it back. I try to say that in every video. My next video will probably be another psychology video. And yeah, so yeah, as always, thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.